Okay, guys. Hopefully this got some sound to it. Good deal. Appreciate it, Steven. And like I was saying, you're more than welcome to come up to the field anytime, weather permitting. Right now, it's going to play today, but there's still about 6 inches of snow on the field. Wasn't safe for everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, something wrong with my mic, DJ. I'll have to figure it out later. Yeah, we got some snow down here in Monroe. They called for more tonight. It's going pretty good, DJ. This is the first live stream I've done in 4 or 5 months. See, tractor that I got up here on the top, converted it over to HPA. Well, the Warriors, been a while. How you doing, bud? Yeah, DJ, you can keep that 38 below. It was a little hard to see on the other video. I'll let y'all see the guns in the giveaway right now. That's the guns in the giveaway. Now, if one of y'all guys are lucky enough to win this, make sure you set the hop on it first, because you don't want the BB will roll out the front. Yes, dude, they are nice. I've got one myself. Just with it being green gas, it's not very feasible in the wintertime. Yeah, Steven, check with Airsoft Atlanta. That's where I got mine at. They was running a deal. You get 2 magazines in a gun, like 147. Y'all guys got any questions? Well, the Warriors, yeah, they're kind of hard to come by. So if you can find one, go ahead and grab it. Uh, it's made by Action Army, which they make good internal parts for upgrades. Everybody's excited about that gun coming out because it's made by Action Army. They figure gun, and so far mine's done pretty good. But just the gun, the magazine by itself, you can get it for $100 plus shipping and handling. You get a semi and full automatic pistol, is where you can buy the SSP-18 from Nobrich for 145 and get the same thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Nobrich stuff. I'm not knocking it, but you're getting basically a rebranded Glock. And Steven, I did have a 249, but I sold it to my field manager. But I mainly snipe. And DJ, Most of mine are sniper rifles. I got the Striker ASO2 that I just converted over to HPA, and then I've got Novridge's SG24, and I have his SG10. As far as long guns go, and I right here, that's my Call of Duty loadout. It's my UMP 45. I know somebody just subscribed to the channel and made a suggestion of getting better lighting. Hopefully, this better lighting's working. Y'all let me know if it is or not. Might be a little too bright around the center. I might need to back it up a little bit. Yeah, Steven, SG10. Well, first off, I suggest, I mean, if you're going to buy Novridge's guns, like I said, I'm not knocking it, guy. I like your stuff, but if you're going to buy his guns, wait till batch 2 or 3, because by then they usually have all the bugs worked out of it. I've had to do some modifications to mine and clean it out, and had to get some parts replaced because it was messed up. Nice Woodland Warrior. Mikey, I did try the SP18, and if you compare it to the AAPO1, both of them shoot phenomenally in semi. Now, that's my own opinion. The AAPO1 on full auto, you can keep it on target a lot easier than you can the SP18. But don't get me wrong, the SP18 is a good one. Joe from Sniper Joe Custom sent me his review, which he's the one that sponsors the channel. But the more, that's definitely nice. I mean, if you're referring to Novridge, I mean, you got some nice stuff on there. I'm sure you're gonna get the 303 when it comes out. Nice, nice. Stephen, my field's probably about 100, 175 yards long. It's open, it's got plenty of natural cover. I got man-made barriers. I just recently built a sniper tower on one end, spawn 2. It offers different terrain. You got some hillside terrain, and you got some flat terrain. Hence, one of the reasons why I couldn't play today is because of snow and that type of terrain. It just wouldn't have been safe for nobody. Bring them on, Stephen. I mean, like I said, I just recently got plenty of. Well, I've got 6 rental guns now. That's, I mean, for the cost of me, ride you with the gun magazine, battery, and BBs all day, which is not bad. All you got to do is bring your face and eye protection. And Woodland Warriors, do y'all have any of those patches up on y'all's website? And my favorite sniper rifle right now, I would have to say my Striker ASO2 that's been modified to HPA. But my HPA rifle is not going without having something from Novridge on it. Of course, you can see right there, it's got his suppressor on it. If you're going to get the striker, Steven, I'd overlook the AS01. You can hop 2/8, but it's not that great. Get the AS02 because it's got the 90-degree sear, and you can hop up to 32 BBs before you have to do any modifications to it. All right, Woodland. I like to get one of your patches to add to the wall. I've got Caleb Tucker's on there. Now, I mean, if you don't mind spending a little bit of money and you want to get you a good gun, go back to some of my recent videos and get up Sniper Joe's uh, email, shoot him an email, tell him I sent you. He got pretty reasonable prices. He can work on AEGs, HPA. I mean, he just done a gun from my friend, and that gun shoots just as well as my HPA. That's nice, Woodland. That's one of the guns I'd like to get my hands on. I think e-bikes actually got those. Yeah, it would be good for a beginner. I mean, if you're going to start out sniping, kind of try to get you a little something else just because you might not like sniping. I do sniping just because I'm old and I move slow, so it works for me. Well, DJ, to answer that question, uh, from sniping, I've got the battle belt from Noverts. You got my few little patches on there for my magazines and a lot and stuff. I carry either my SP18 or not my S18, but my SP1, and either my 24 or my 10 or my striker. For assault, I was running a Nemesis DM12 by Classic Army. I recently sold that gun, and I don't do too much CQB. I'm more of a long range type. APS is decent. Woodland, how's that CO2 working for you? I can't remember where you're from. I'm thinking it's usually pretty cold in the wintertime where you're from. Okay, I can't be sure. I'm not. Forgive me for that. I see my striker Woodland. It had CO2 in it, but then me and Joe converted it over to HPA, which wasn't really hard. I mean, I still got the engine for the CO2. It's got a Mancraft inside. So, an update for the giveaway. I want to give it away at 1,500. Nice, Woodland. Now, as far as the giveaway goes, I want to give it away at 1,500. We're 1,246 now, and thank y'all guys for the support. I appreciate it. Pass it on. Get them to watch that video so they can follow the instructions. That way, I know that you're subscribed to it and all that good stuff. Yeah, Steven, you can do it. It'll get you there. Yeah, like I said, go check out some other videos. Get Joe's email from Sniper Joe Customs. He'll treat you right. Tell him I sent you there, and like I said, he'll treat you right as far as pricing and stuff goes. I mean, that striker AS02 he done for my buddy, I think it was like 300 after it was completely done, and it shoots just as good as my HPA. Yeah, I noticed that too. And most Well, most of your airsoft videos, I mean, if you go by their standards and what it is, I mean, most time people are too far away for them to even see if it's a kid or not. And I usually just mark all mine not safe for kids. Most of the time it's not. Usually it's got some cursing in it. Might even have some smoking stuff in it. And I by no means am I promoting that with kids. You guys got any more questions? Come on, guys, y'all got to be able to have some questions or something, or more questions. Uh, Protective gear, Stephen. Mesh mask for the face. Definitely a good set of goggles, safety ready goggles, because your eyes are important. So is your mouth. DJ, let's see. Best place I know to get parts for conversions and stuff like that would be Evite. Any lower mesh mask will work. You can find them on Amazon, Stephen. Um, Goggles. I mean, Valken makes a good set of goggles. If you wear glasses, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to find a pair that'll fit over top of them. But they're out there. You just got to look. Uh, Budget friendly DJ. I mean, all depends on what you really want to do. I mean, prices are going to range. I mean, if you're going to do a conversion and all that, you're going to have to place your barrel, your hop unit, your hop up, pistons, all that good stuff. So, just depends on what you really want to do. I understand, Woodland. Yeah, you don't have to have ear protection. I haven't met anybody that runs ear protection. It's just, I guess, just a preference. Yeah, they are DJ. I mean, you can try like Airsoft Atlanta, 6 millimeter Pro Shop, a few other ones. Nice Woodland. And the only reason I say e-bikes as far as getting your pipe parts stuff goes, I mean, they're pretty well known and they're pretty fairly big outlet, and you might have a better chance of getting your parts that you want from there. But I mean, you can order stuff from overseas too, but that's kind of iffy because of shipping and stuff right now. The only upgrade I've done, DJ, on my pistol, which was on my SP18, I put a short stroke set up in it. Helps you get better, quicker follow up shots. Other than that, I really don't do too much upgrading on pistols. I know on the SP-18 you can take the barrel stuff out of the SP-1, put it in it, and it'll give you a short stroke kit. What's going on, Poison? Thanks for coming in. Poison, we're just sitting there chit chatting about your place to get upgrades and stuff like that, and what everybody runs, and talking about facial protection and eye protection and all that. So feel free to chime in. Go ahead, send me a picture of that. Well, I have never seen one of their helmets. I'm sure we're following each other on Instagram. But I'll shoot a picture of it over. I ain't never seen one. Like I said, Poison, feel free to chime in. If you happen to know other places to get upgrades, stuff like that. DJ was asking about it as far as conversion kits. Steven, yes, I do play. When my manager's there and he's taking care of repping and paperwork stuff like that, I'll get out there and play with the guys. But if he's not there, I won't play because I want my players out there to have a good time. Good questions, Poison, because I actually have an HPA sniper. It's an ASO2. Got a Mancraft system inside of it. It's set up on HPA. It was CO2, but switched it over. Feel like we've come to a stalemate on the questions. We're just sitting there staring at each other. Yeah, it's pretty much what was done to my HPA sniper. There's now Joe from Sniper Joe Customs done mine. Of course, he used to work for Wolverine. He's one of their design engineers. So he's pretty good at what he does. But I do got a question for y'all guys. You know, wintertime is kind of hard to get gameplay in. I try to get it in where I can. Have a tendency to do a little bit more reviews and stuff. But as far as gameplay goes, I want to see more from my field, or y'all like the gameplay from the different ops that I go to? Yeah, Woodland. We're not on lockdown per se, like some parts of the world are. We, me being a field owner, there's certain restrictions I have to follow, certain cleaning guidelines I have to follow in order for me to continue operation. Obviously, when you're playing out in the field, you're farther than 6 feet apart. That's what I explained to our health inspector. You're like, you're outside, more than 6 feet apart. So as long as I follow those. Now, right now, I'm not serving food because that's a whole nother ball game. Hopefully, things will go back to somewhat normal. I do know this whole lockdown thing's killing people that own indoor fields. Poison, I ain't never really fooled with any of those rifles. I mean, some of them little cheaper guns you can get from Amazon's places like that they actually turn out to be pretty good. I mean, if you upgrade parts, and you're gonna be shooting good. So to give you actual thoughts on it, I'm not really sure. I have never really fooled with them. Like I said, I've got the SG-24 and the SG-10 and my striker, and yeah, I'm planning on getting some more ops in and getting some more gameplay from my field. We got an ops coming up in April, actually, and Stephen might want to go to this one. It's up in northern West Virginia. Yeah, if it's BSR-10 compatible, you have a plethora of parts that you can put in it. I mean, it's really basically however much money you want to put into it. If you want to drop $1,000 into it, you're going to have a pretty good shooting rifle. I mean, yeah, exactly what Woodland said. If you got a beginning sniper, it's BSR-10, upgrade it your own way. That's a lot of parts. See, I'm not that tech savvy. I ain't afraid to admit it. I can do a lot of end things, but it's like with the SG-10 and 24. A lot of people knock it because they're saying he's rebranding stuff, but you know what? You're going to spend more money upgrading one than when you can get one that's pre-upgraded. That's just my opinion. Now, I know other people feel different. If you want to get a good M4 and you want to go with like an HPA, get the T15-1A. It has the inline tanks, and they're actually pretty good. I've done a review on one that, ironically, Joe sent me from his shop. The only bad thing about that is when you get it, you have to put the piece on the tank for the stock to slide upon. So if you get it on there crooked, then it's going to offset the stock. Excuse me, guys. AKs, I can't say nothing about. I ain't never really fooled with any of the AK platforms. They're really just not my style. I don't really particularly like it. I know some people love it. Yeah, I agree. Poison. But surprisingly, that T15 it does have recoil. You wouldn't think it was, but it does. Yeah, see, Woodland. I mean, you can get into some money. When you compare those two. I mean, if you like to tech on gun stuff like that, that's great. It's like somebody like me that doesn't do a lot of teching. I got a gun that's pre-updated. I paid $300 for it. You've already dropped 1,200 into yours, which is completely fine. I mean, that's how you want to go with it. You know what I mean? I can respect that. I don't tech a lot, so for me to get a pre-upgraded gun, I'm good to go. Oh Lord, we got a speed softer wannabe in here. It's all right, Poison. We won't hold that against you. Just messing with you, man. I hear you. I'm too fat and lazy too to be a speedy boy, as they call it. Nice, Woodman. Nice, nice. What's going on, Frank? Thanks for coming in. Well, we're just down here just chit chatting about different guns and stuff and upgrades and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right about that, Poison. I'll tell you somebody else that you can chat with, and he's usually pretty responsive about his uh, messages and stuff. Is Alec Mack. He does mystery boxes. He sells stuff all the time. If you want a good HPA M4 or something like that, sometimes I think he even has a couple of sniper rifles in there as well. You might check with him. Steven, I'm right there with you, man, because that's why I'm a walking and stalking type of player. I can get you from a distance. Frank, honestly, I didn't know they even had that. I mean, I know Sig made some uh, airsoft guns, but I didn't know they had that. Yeah, some of them are woodland. I mean, it just really depends on what you get. Hey, like I said, I mean, he's all the time doing giveaways. I mean, he's got videos of up. You can buy stuff from him. I think he recently had a Scar L or a Scar H. It's HPA. I'd like to get my hands on that. Oof, I imagine that might hurt a little bit there, wouldn't it? 8 millimeter, 6 is bad enough. Yeah, this question's for Woodland. Anybody can chime in on it. Woodland Warriors. Our we're two different worlds apart. Our rules and stuff over here in the United States, I'm sure, is completely different from yours. How does that vary? Yeah, poison. I think yeah, CZP09. It's got the stick mags, don't they? Nice, Woodland. Okay, that's different. I'm thinking of a different one. I know I got a CZ. It's got stick mags, and yeah, I don't like them things at all. Steven, yes, I did. I got his entries. I got his name down on the list. I got to add a few more to it from today. And as long as we get to 1,500 by the 13th, we'll do the giveaway. Like I said, y'all got to share that video. Get them in there. Unfortunately, it's limited to the United States. If you happen to win it and you're under 18, parents need to get in contact with me to make sure that I can send it to you. Wow, well that's crazy. The group I play with, Data Events, they have different MEDs for different guns, but we're allowed to go up to 2.5 joules. Okay, think chat's moving kind of fast. I'm getting to the questions quick as I can. Frank, I don't know. I suggest going to a field that has rental guns and making sure that it's something you want to do. You don't want to spend a couple $100 on a gun and get there and play one time and realize you don't like it. But then you're out that money. I'd suggest going to a field that's got rental guns and trying it out first, and then going from there. And anytime you go to a field, there's people there willing to help you out and give you pointers. And Stephen, to answer your question, if we don't get to 1,500 before then, like I said in the video, I'll extend it out 2 more weeks. And at the end of that 2 weeks, if we ain't there, we'll go ahead and just go ahead and do the giveaway. And man, Woodland, y'all can only shoot .40s. Down here in the United States, we can go all the way up to 4.8s. I mean, I shoot 4.6s out of my sniper. All right, poison, that'll work. And back to what you was at, Stephen was asking, I want to give back to the community. I mean, everybody's supporting me and the channel. I'm not really worried about getting monetized right now. I just want to give back to the people in the community. I mean, if you're supporting me, I'd like to give it back to you as much as I possibly can. That 1,500 is just a personal goal I set for myself. Yeah, yeah, you're very right, Woodland. Back to what I was telling you, though, Woodland. The group I play with, Theta Events, which that's where most of the ops I go to. We got a jewel limit of 2.5. If I ain't mistaken, Woodland, you got that honey badger too, don't you? Hey, that's if that's a stock sniper there, poison. That's still pretty good. Oh, come on, Frank. Hey, you gonna ask me how old I am? Nah, it's all right. I've been messing around with it about 5 or 6 years. Backyard stuff. Just have something to do. I didn't really get seriously into it until a couple of years ago. Then, like I said, I started to feel because I wanted to give the kids in our community something to do other than being in front of a TV. And the other part of that question, I am 42. Yeah, see, Poison's 27, and Steven, and that's the way I like doing things. I try to sometimes when I'm still at work. I mean, I still work a daytime job too, and just run my field on the weekends. And if you leave a comment on a video, it might take me a little bit, but I will get back to you. I try to answer every comment that I get, or like if I'm doing a live stream, somebody if you got a question, I try to answer them all. With the stream moving, I mean, it's hard to answer them. And you see, Frank, I mean, you have various ages playing. I know I went to one event. We had a couple guys there. It was in their mid 60s. Hey, boys, ain't nothing wrong with that. Not absolutely not a thing. Hey, boys, we've all been to that point at some point in time. I mean, I'm a combat vet. You can figure out. Yeah, it has, Frank. But do you know where airsoft originated? At least that's what I was told. I was told it originated in Japan. I'm not completely sure for that. But yeah, I mean, it'll have to keep you focused, poison. I mean, it's like anything else. Some places you'll have find toxic people. You just gotta, for lack of a better word, turn the other cheek. I mean, the last event I went to, we had two guys getting a straight up fist fighting. All right, Stephen, appreciate it. If you don't mind, hit that like button for me. Everybody's in here, go ahead and hit that like button. I sure appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, Stephen. Hey, you ain't gonna get no judgment from me, Poison. By no means. All right, Frank. See you later, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Guys, I believe I'm gonna go ahead and kill this live stream. I appreciate everybody showing up. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Enjoyed answering the questions and talking to everybody. I appreciate it, Poison. I mean, we're doing our job. A lot of people, and they don't really understand. They say they understand, but they don't understand because they'll never fully and truly understand what you go through. And you don't even have to be a vet. It's a very subject that you can tiptoe around or not tiptoe around. I mean, it's all combined. But if you want to continue talking, Poison, shoot me, hit me up on Instagram. We'll continue to talk if you want. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream. I appreciate everybody showing up. That being said, guys, hope I see y'all out on the field.